In this video, we'll be reviewing for the Unit 8 test on trigonometry. So the first topic that we learned was SOH CAH TOA, where you can use SOH CAH TOA to find missing sides or angles in right triangles using trigonometry. So here we're going to write the three main trig ratios, sine, cosine, tan, for angle R. So you always start by labeling your hypotenuse, which is opposite the 90-degree angle. And then if this is angle R, 8 would be opposite and 15 would be adjacent. From there, we're going to name our three trig ratios. So I'm going to start with SOH, which helps me to do sine. So it would be sine, then the angle R equals O over H. O is 8 and H is 17 in the picture. Our next trig ratio is CAH. So C stands for cos, our angle is R. In our picture, A is 15 and our hypotenuse H is 17. Next, we're going to do TOA. T stands for tan. So tan angle R equals O over A. O is 8 and A is 15. So these would be the three trig ratios that could be used for angle R in this triangle. In this next problem, we're going to solve for the angle X using SOH CAH TOA. So I'm going to start by labeling my hypotenuse. Then I look at angle X, I label my opposite side and my adjacent. Here we don't have to use the hypotenuse because there is nothing on that side of the triangle. So if I look at the letters that are left, I have O and A. O and A can be found in TOA. So we're going to use TOA for this problem. So tan angle X equals O, which is 25, over A, which is 16. Here we're solving for a missing angle, so we're going to have to move that tan to the other side. When you do that, it changes to tan -1 or inverse tan, a 25 over 16. And we can plug this into our calculator. So my answer comes out to about 57.4. This next picture, we're going to solve for side X using SOH CAH TOA. So I start with my hypotenuse. Then this is my angle, so this would be our opposite side. X would be adjacent. Here, the opposite side is blank, so I'm going to scratch it out. So we're left with A and H, which are in CAH. So I would put cos, and our angle this time is 29 degrees, equals A is X and H is 13. Since X is on top, we're going to multiply. So our answer is going to be X equals 13 times cos 29 degrees, and we would plug this into our calculator. So I'm getting about 11.4. So this side would be 11.4 meters. Here we're going to use SOH CAH TOA again. So I'm going to start by labeling my hypotenuse. This is my angle. So 18 would be opposite. This side would be adjacent. And then I scratch out the one on the blank side. So I'm left with O and H, which is SOH. S stands for sine. Our angle is 63. O is 18 and H is X. So this time X is on the bottom, which means we're going to divide. So we're going to do 18 divided by sine 63. This one comes out to 20.2. So this side here would be 20.2 centimeters. Now when we Or with doing SOH CAH TOA, we finish with angles of elevation or depression. This problem is an angle of elevation problem. So I'm going to draw a regular facing triangle. And your angle is always from the bottom looking up. So here it's from the bottom of the ski lift. Looking up to the top of the mountain. And it says that angle is 62 degrees. Here it says the vertical height of the mountain is 1760 feet. Vertical means up and down. And they want to know what is the total distance traveled on the ski lift from the bottom to the top. So we're going from the bottom to the top. So this side, since we don't know it, would be our x. Now I'm going to label my triangle. So my hypotenuse is my angle. So this would be opposite and adjacent. We don't need to use the A. So I'm left with O and H, which comes out in SOH. So I would say sine angle 62 equals O, or 1760, over H, which is x. Here x is on the bottom. So since it's on the bottom, we're going to divide. So we would do 1760 divided by sine 62. So this comes out to about 1993.3. Which is answer choice B. On this next one, it says angle of depression. So instead, I'm going to draw a downward facing right triangle. And this time our angle is going to be from the top looking down. So here it's from a helicopter to a landing pad. And it says the angle is 65 degrees. Here it says the horizontal distance from the helicopter to the pad is 1,000. Horizontal means left to right. They want to know how high up is the helicopter. So that would be the height. Height goes up and down. Since we don't know it, I'm going to put an X on that side of the triangle. Now we can use SOH CAH TOA. So this is my H. This is my angle. So X would be my O. 1,000 would be my A. H is blank, so we're not going to use it. So we're left with A and O, which comes out in TOA. So tan 65 degrees equals O, or X, over A, 1,000. Here X is on top, which means we're going to multiply. So we're going to do 1,000 times tan 65 degrees. This comes out to 2,144.5. Or answer choice D. These problems all had to do with SOH CAH TOA. Remember, you start by leaving your hypotenuse, which is across of the 90 degrees. Then you look at the angle that you're using, or the angle that's given, to label your opposite side and your adjacent. From there, look at what letters are left, what letters are given. One of those sides that's blank, you would scratch out. And then using those letters, you decide to use SOH CAH or TOA.